In America, intoxicating substances come from all over the world, whether it be chemicals manufactured in China, plants grown in Afghanistan, or home-brewed stimulants from clandestine labs. While most of these drugs are not made in the U.S., drug cartels based in Central and South America are responsible for bringing these illegal drugs across the border and into the U.S. It is without no doubt that drug trafficking is a deadly business. Whether it be indirectly, through the distribution of their deadly product, but also directly, through hired gunmen, who intimidate and murder rivals, government officials and even innocent bystanders. Welcome to Top Picks, and today we are looking at some of the most dangerous and powerful drug lords. Number 1. Goody. Jorge Alberto Rodriguez, also known as Goody, is a notorious Puerto Rican drug lord, who headed the 400 criminal organization, a dismantled secret cell of the Cali cartel. Goody was only 12 years old when he was pulled into the drug trade by his father, Gilberto Rodriguez Zoruela, who was the head of the Cali cartel. It is suspected that Goody had made hundreds of millions, within his first 6 years, by shipping drugs from Colombia to nearly every U.S. state. It is estimated that, during that time, the nation's murder rate and cocaine-related hospital emergencies had doubled. He is considered as one of the most ruthless, international drug lord, known to law enforcement and governments. He was arrested in 1990 and sentenced to 25 years in prison. Number 2. Roberto Suarez Gomez. Roberto Suarez Gomez was a Bolivian drug lord and trafficker. He entered the drug trade in the 1960s by building cocaine laboratories in the middle of the Bolivian Amazon jungle, and created the first cocaine cartel in Bolivia, Louisiana Corporación. He was one of the major suppliers of the Medellín cartel, led by Pablo Escobar, as well as other criminal organizations. Gomez was the leader of the largest Bolivian drug empire, and was considered to be the biggest producer of cocaine in the world in the 1970s and 1980s, and was known as the King of Cocaine. He even had a fleet of aircrafts which flew cocaine to Colombia. He was arrested by the DEA in 1988 and was sentenced to 15 years in prison, but served only 7 years. In 2000, he died from a heart attack. Number 3. Amado Carrillo Fuentes. Amado Carrillo was a top drug trafficker in Mexico, transporting 4 times more cocaine in the U.S. than any other trafficker, making him one of the richest men in the world. He seized control of the Juarez cartel, after assassinating his boss, Rafael Aguilar Guajardo. His fleet of over 22 private jets to transport cocaine, gained him the nickname the Lord of the Skies. The DEA described Carrillo as the most powerful drug trafficker of his era. He is known to have worked with Pablo Escobar, the Cali cartel and El Chapo, smuggling drugs from Colombia to Mexico and the U.S. The pressure to capture Carrillo intensified among U.S. and Mexican authorities in 1997, leading him to undergo extensive plastic surgery to change his appearance to avoid imprisonment. However, he died during the operation in a Mexican hospital. Number 4. El Chapo. Joaquin Archibaldo Guzman Loera, also known as El Chapo, is a Mexican drug lord and former leader of the Sinaloa cartel. He is considered to have been the most powerful drug trafficker in the world. He entered the drug trade through his father, by helping him grow marijuana for local dealers. He worked with leading drug lords including Hector Luis Palma Salazar in the 1970s and Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo in the 1980s, by helping them map routes to move drugs into the U.S. When Gallardo was arrested in 1988, El Chapo founded his own cartel. He directed operations whereby mass cocaine, methamphetamine, marijuana and heroin were produced, and smuggled into the U.S. and Europe. He was able to export more drugs to the U.S. than any other trafficker in history by pioneering the use of distribution cells, and long-range tunnels near borders. He was ranked by Forbes as one of the most powerful people in the world in 2009 and 2013. After his arrest in 1993, he escaped from his maximum security prison cell twice. In 1995, he paid his way by hiding in a laundry van as it drove through the gates, and, in 2015, through a tunnel under his jail cell. He was finally arrested in 2016, and is currently serving a life sentence in prison. Number 5. Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar was a Colombian drug overlord and narco-terrorist. He started his criminal career by selling illegal cigarettes and fake lottery tickets, and by participating in motor vehicle thefts. In the 1970s, he began working for various drug smugglers, by kidnapping and holding people for ransom. A few years later, Escobar founded the Medellin cartel and established the first smuggling routes into the U.S. He quickly became one of the richest people in the world, as his infiltration into the U.S. created exponential demand for cocaine. He came to be known as the King of Cocaine in the 1980s and 1990s, when his cartel took over the production and distribution of 80% of the world's cocaine, after his supplier, Roberto Gomez, was arrested and imprisoned. However, he had to continuously battle with rival cartels, both domestically and abroad, leading to murders of police officers, judges, locals and prominent politicians, thereby making Colombia, the murder capital of the world. In 1991, Escobar surrendered to the authorities and was sentenced to a 5-year imprisonment, on the condition that he would be housed in his own, self-built prison, La Catedral. However, he escaped in 1992, when authorities attempted to move him to a more standard holding facility. This led to a nationwide manhunt, and as a result, the Medellin cartel crumbled. In 1993, he was killed while trying to escape the police. While many denounced the heinous nature of his crimes, he was seen as a Robin Hood-like figure for many in Colombia, as he provided many amenities to the poor. He is often referred to as the world's greatest outlaw and the most elusive cocaine trafficker to have existed. What do you think of the drug lords in this video? Is there anyone we forgot to mention? Please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.